Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers Lunar Cruiser Prime, the little weird exclusive crowdfund thingy that they did recently. Here, there he is in his vehicle mode. We can see as well boxes, because yeah, this is not the normal version. Right there, you can see Lunar Cruiser Prime. You see both modes right there. Kind of a moon surface, which is cool with the Earth background, Takara Tomy, and some Japanese and everything, and more Japanese all over the place. On top, you have Transformers Lunar Cruiser Prime. On the side, you have a little picture of them in the alt mode again. On this side, you have a picture of his robot mode. On the bottom, you have copyrights and warnings and all that stuff, and yeah, it's a, Toyota official licensed product and all that. And on the back, you have more product shots in the Lunar Cruiser Prime, like what's included in the box, and some more, all that stuff, and it looks real cool. This box is for the display stand because, if you did the crowdfund version, display stand for Lunar Cruiser Prime. You see them on the display stand again, the moon background to Earth and Takara Tomy. It says Lunar Cruiser Prime and Lunar Cruiser Prime and Lunar Cruiser Prime, and also Lunar Cruiser Prime. And the back has the copyrights and warnings and what's included and how to use and the instructions for the stand right there, which pretty straightforward. Mentioning that right now because so that again, the display stand is only for the crowdfund. It was an option. And it's not available at retail price. You have to spend quite a bit of money, and I'll be argue very much too much money to get it now if you want it outside the crowdfund, which is long over, obviously. And of course, it comes with instructions, which pretty straightforward instructions. Actually, really easy and nice and simple, easy to understand. Fairly large print too, which is nice. So there you go, getting away from that trend of stupid long, short instructions. So I'll bring up the display stand first because why not? It's pretty much, you can tell, you might have seen it, you've seen this probably before. It's the MP style display stand. It's got three parts, It's got the actual stand part, it's got the base, which is two different parts which can slide apart. The only notable difference here is that it's got a little Autobot symbol tampoed on it, and it's got Lunar Cruiser Prime tampoed on it on one side of the thing. And of course, it's adjustable as you like. Right there, and there's this thing and all that stuff, and there you go. That's the display stand, and again, most people aren't going to be able to get this unless they did the crowdfund. So there you go. And I'll tell you right now, if you didn't already do the crowdfund, it ain't worth it. But here is the actual Lunar Cruiser Prime. Hooray! And it's a nice little, cute little, Lunar Cruiser right there. It's a little Lunar Cruiser. It's got big old silver wheels because they're not. I don't think they're rubber. I'm not sure what they're actually supposed to be, but I don't think it's actually rubber because the moon. Cool thing is, it's officially licensed everything. So you got the JAXA logo right there. It looks real nice, picked out. You got Toyota's logo right there. You got a little Japan's flag symbol. You got the orange windows. You got Toyota right there. A little, I guess those supposed to be the lights. A little winch. The antenna, which are made of rubbery plastic, so you don't accidentally break those. Little back hatch with a bunch of, I'm not sure what those are, but just something. And little red lights and everything, and little blinkers and all that stuff. And you can see the undercarriage. We see some robot legs, but rolls very nicely. And there you go. It looks real good. You can't, by the way, you can't hook it up to the display stand in this mode. There's nowhere for it to peg into, unfortunately. This is so you can't have it like bouncing off a crater or whatever. But comes with a couple accessories, which this little dish, which this just simply pegs onto right here, like so. And this is adjustable, so you can. Of course, if you don't pull it right off, this is adjustable right here. There's multiple hinges right here, so you can adjust it slightly as you want. You can go up and down or back and forward. And there you go. But it's supposed to kind of lie flat like that. And you also have the solar panel, which is cool. It's very purplish blue. There's a tab right here and a slot right here, and there's a slot right here and a tab right here, and you just line those up and put that on, and there you go. Now you got a solar panel sticking out, and now you can charge up, from the sunlight and keep going. And the other thing about the solar panels here, the thing about the solar panels is you can actually take those off, and if you don't want them on the vehicle, you can fold it up. There's tabs right here, and there's little slots right here. You can fold it up like this, and it'll just kind of sandwich like this. And what you do is you just open up this back piece right here. Just untab that and bring that up like so. And right here, you want to just slot it in. These right here, this little tab right here, there's little slots right here, and you just kind of slide it in and tab that in right there. Just kind of rest in there, and you just close that up, and just close that up. Back up, and there you go. Now it's nice and stored away. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, it's just a cool little moon buggy guy, and it's just, I really genuinely enjoy this thing as it stands, just as like this as it is. So it's packaged like this, so yeah, don't worry about it. It's packaged like this, so that's just real cool overall, and I do genuinely like it. So there you go. So quick comparison. I'm just going to compare him to, well, Earthrise Prime, because why not? He's kind of closer in size to that in general. So there you go. Very different right there overall. So there you go. So transformation. It's actually pretty straightforward. First of all, you got to remove the little dish here, and you want to also take this hinge right here and just kind of angle it on this, kind of like that. Just kind of angle it so it looks like that. Then, yeah, of course, take the solar panel and pull that out. Now that you've got those out of the way, well, just kind of continue opening this up and bring this up all the way like that, and just kind of get it up and out of the way like so. Right here, what you want to do is take this and untab this and bring it forward, and this will tab in right there like that. Now, here you want to go ahead and untab this panel and unpeg this as well. It's one of the few times where the instructions weren't super clear in my opinion, but yeah, you unpeg that, you untab this, and you untab this panel. You want to slide that out a bit. You want to slide all that out. And this will go bring down like this, and you can slide this the rest of the way, just for sake of clearance, like that. Just bring that down. Same thing on this side. This side's a little easier because there's no thing in the way, so you just bring that out and slide this panel out as well. You can go ahead and untab this right here. It's also tabbed in right here and everything. Untab that and go ahead and bring that down right there. And right here, what you want to do is take the legs here, those right here, they come down. There's this multiple hinges right here. You just kind of bring it down this hinge and bring it forward on that other hinge and just collapse it into the torso like that, like so. Now here, what you want to do is unhook the legs. They're kind of tabbed in, just, yeah, it's kind of a weird, it's kind of pseudo angle tab. Just unhook that like that and just kind of bring the legs out like so. What you want to do here is this right here. You want to unfold this and unfold this right there. This will allow you to, well, open up the leg and, you know, rotate this around at the knee like so. And like so. Just rotate it around at the knee, mind the clearance. Rotate that around at the knee like so. And then right here, what you want to do is bring these down like this, just to get them out of the way. Take this wheel, and it's on a hinge right here. You want to bring it down on that hinge and then rotate it into the leg like that. And rotate it around on the leg and like that. Like so. And then right here, you want to bring this up and bring this up and over, and this tab right here will go into the little slot right here. Just tab that in like that, and then this will fold over like that. Same thing, bring this up, tab it in, and fold this over, and there you go. That's pretty much the lower body's done. The only thing is sometimes they don't stay tabbed in very well. Sometimes they do. Depends on their mood. Yeah, there's that. So from here, what you want to do is take these window panels and bring those down. Oop. Actually, first what you want to do is adjust the camera because it's a little taller now. Okay, so first what you want to do is bring these down like that. Then you take the arms here and bring them out like so and like so. This will probably flop down. Don't worry about it for now. Now what you want to do here is take the arms and rotate them 180 at the shoulders, and then right here, make sure these are all the way pulled out. Rotate those around like that, and then slide them back in. They'll tab back into the forearm, and then rotate the forearm forward. Bring that down, and bring up the little faux smokestack right there. Same thing on this side. Rotate the arm around the shoulder. Make sure this is all the way slid out. Rotate it around, and then slide it back in and tab it in like that, and then rotate this forward so it's like that, and then sit this down, and then rotate the smokestack thing like that. Now, well, this did come loose, of course. There we go. Now, here, this is actually kind of cool how this works, but yeah, just bring this up right here at this hinge like that. Bring up the head, like so, and then fold this inward. Fold the lower part of the hinge of this panel up like this, and then bring this down like that, and then bring the head all the way up like that. Now for the back panels, what you want to do is open this up and bring this out. And yeah, there's double hinge, bring that out right like so. Up here, what you want to do is fold this down like that. Then take these panels and fold them up. That's, you can see how that looks. Fold that up like so. We can go ahead and bring this down like that. Also, nice little thing is right here. There's a little Autobot symbol Easter egg, which is pretty cool. And then this, what you do here is this. Yeah, it's hard to. I'm trying to show a good angle for this, but this right here will come up. This right here, you see there's a little notch here, right there, and this will come up and kind of. Yeah, if this is all the way up, this will come over and notch over that like that to hold, kind of hold the backpack in place. And this one doesn't have anything to notch onto, but not really. But you can bring it forward as well, and then this will come forward and down, and there's little tab slots right here, which will go over these tabs right there, like that. And there you go. That's the backpack all done, which means you now have Lunar Cruiser Prime in his, come on, work with me, in his robot mode. And yeah, this is a really nice robot mode, to be honest. Getting in close, particularly on the head, I really like the head. If we can get in on that. You're looking at that head. It's kind of a more elongated Optimus than usual but it looks really good. It's very dark blue than usual. Got a silver mouth plate. He's got a very bright blue eyes. Coming down, you got the orange chest window. Of course, got the Matrix in there. You got the Toyota. You got the white and silver and little peaks of red there. You still got the winch there. Darker red than normal. It's very, very darker, much darker red than usual. You got the white shoulders and Autobot symbol and all that. You got dark blue hands. You got the gray and the yellow. You got the dark blue shins and all that stuff. You got the wheels kind of chilling out, kind of where they're supposed to be. All that stuff. You guys got this thing right there on his arm. Of course, you got the backpack, which isn't bad, honestly. It actually folds up pretty nicely. There's a backpack. There's a good chunk of the alt node is right there, but nothing too egregious in my opinion. So you got even, little fake smokestacks on the shoulders, just, kind of complete the look. So there you go on that front. So it's kind of cool little figure. Some people are upset just because, well, it's another Optimus Prime or another convoy, but kind of like, what do you expect from a crossover? You're always going to take your most popular figure and use them for the crossover. I mean, come on. Kind of obvious, but there you go. Looks great overall. And of course, the accessories right here, you can take these things right here. A couple things you can do. One is just peg this on the smokestack right there, kind of a little radar dish. This has a couple things you can do. One, of course, unfolding that, and right there's a little peg. Put in his hand right there as a shield. Because, it's gun. I guess you can say this is a gun. It's a double-barreled cannon thingy. Kind of almost looks like there's a hinge here, but I'm afraid to try to. I don't want to break anything. I don't think there's actually a hinge there. It almost looks like there is. Maybe there was at one point. But yeah, it almost looks like a double-barreled arm-mounted gun, which is cool. Hey, look, just Optimus and arm-mounted gun. Sounds might be a new trend. So yeah, it's got a shield, which it's solar panels, so not exactly the greatest shield, but we'll just say it's Cybertronian material and leave it at that. So he's got that. If you don't want it there, if you don't want him holding it, another thing you do is that you see this little smaller peg coming out of this bigger peg. This can actually, you can rotate this around and like peg this in right. Yeah, it's hard, but yeah, peg this in right here like that and kind of have it arm mounted, which looks pretty cool too. Not bad, an arm mounted shield. Instead of handheld, it's arm mounted. And yeah, mine, this particular panel does not like to actually stay tabbed, which is annoying. And or if you don't want to store there, you can also just kind of come back here. And these two little tabs right here, which line up, correspond with these two slots, and just put it on his back, like that. There you go. So you have all sorts of things for that. So that's nice. Yeah. Overall, looks really good. No, not really a lot when it comes to weapons. He doesn't have his usual, blaster or anything. There you go. He's got some accessories, a shield and a dish. But yeah, you can also compatible with this thing or any of the other. If you don't get this, which you probably won't be able to unless you want to spend stupid amounts of money. You can, of course, use the stand, peg hole right there, and just plug it in like that. Just plugs in like that, and you could get into kind of a bunch of cool poses if you want. Cut his head off because you put it up too high. You can get a bunch of cool poses if you want, using this, and there you go. Kind of a basic running pose, but there you go. Yeah, but it's compatible. So if you already have one of these lying around, you don't really need this one. This one's not really that special. Yeah, this thing also, by the way, doesn't stay tabbed on super well. I mean, it'll stay on, but like it's also easy to knock it right off. So just be aware of that. It'll stay on if you just leave it alone, but it won't stay on if you poke at it at all. So just be aware of that. These also don't like tab anymore. They just kind of use gravity to rest at his sides, but I don't really mind that. It's not really a huge problem. So anyway, try articulation. I'm going to bring it back down again. Articulation. Head. Head is on a ball joint, so you got left and right. You got up and down. There's also the panel that's on as well. Can help you with up and down. He's got a bit of waggle as well. Shoulders, do a full 360. Outward all the way, although the disc doesn't get that in the way. You can see it's only a minor difference in degrees of outward. So there you go. And also you can just, move it like that. And hey, look, now you got full outward again. He does have bicep swivels. You can see that. Elbows, more than 90 degrees. Good actually amount of bend there. Hands are on wrist. Wrists can swivel like that. And fingers can open and close, which is nice. The waist can swivel pretty much unhindered. He does, thanks to the transformation, he does have a bit of an ab crunch. Not a whole lot. And it's kind of, it's not a whole lot, but thanks to the transformation, he does have a bit of an ab crunch, which is nice. You can see that. Yeah, you can get about that much forward. Not a whole lot. I guess you can also do this too, which is weird looking, but you can if you want to use that for whatever reason. Hips, forward, that far, actually pretty good. And also does the thing where it's like, the hip skirt comes with it. Back only that far, but regular. Again, that one. Outward, you have pretty much the full. On mine, it's actually kind of a weirdly kind of very soft ratchet right there. It's very, very soft. You can barely feel it, but there's a kind of soft ratchet outward, but you get the full kick, it's full splits. Do have a thigh swivel, knees. Do have a nice amount of curl, like that. Although I'm noticing when you curl it too much, you start to unseat this part a bit. So if you don't want to unseat this, you only get about that much before it stops, about 90 degrees. But if you're willing to unseat it a little bit, you get pretty much the full curl. Or a good, nice curl right there. And there's even some detailing exposed. So that's nice. And down here at the feet, you do have ankle tilt, which, goes pretty far. No forward. Well, actually, no, you do get forward and back. I was going to say no forward and back. With a good amount of forward back, actually. Very nice amount. This can also turn. I'm not sure if that's helpful at all. That's clearly supposed to be a heel spur. I'm not sure if you actually need it. Hold on. But we're going to do some testing. I just haven't really bothered. How does he stand with the heels? Not bad at all, actually. So yeah, if you don't want those heels sticking out, you can, fold those back up. In fact, I'm not sure if they're supposed to fold up or not, but kind of looks a little cleaner with them folded up. So I might just leave it like that because he stands just fine. But I think they want you to leave them out though. Yeah, they want you to leave them out, but you don't need to. If you like it clean, you can clean up the heels a bit, and it does look a little nicer. And he stands just fine without them. So that's not like he's not particularly prone. Well, he's not super back heavy, so yeah, there you go. You don't need to leave him out, but I think he's a little more solid with them out. But you have choices, you have options, I guess. Something good or something. I don't know. Yeah. So that's pretty much the robot mode. So quick comparison. One real quick comparison again. Here he is with Earthrise Prime, a bit taller, but not too much so. So if you want a bit of a slightly taller Optimus for your Generations collection, there you go. Because I know some people have complained that Earthrise Prime is not quite the right scale, but I don't know. It's one of those things we're getting kind of into minutia. I'm like, I don't care. I eyeball it, looks fine on the shelf. So he's a bit taller than, I guess, standard retail, but definitely does not. That means he does not fit in a Masterpiece collection whatsoever. But will work well with a Generations collection. So there you go. Now, this guy will cost you, if you buy from the retail version, which I believe is about to actually, as of the time of this review, as the time of recording this, should be coming out within the next week or so, I think. Next week or two should be coming out. It's about $70, $75, depending where you buy it. The difference between the Japanese retail release and it looks like the Hasbro Pulse cost or whatever is very minimal. You're not really saving much money, if any, by buying it from Japan at this point. I mean, you might get it a little earlier. Some people I think I might already have in hand. But yeah, this is the crowdfund version, which came out a little bit earlier, and you had the option of the stand. Unfortunately, if you didn't buy the crowdfund version, I believe BBTS has, I'm not sure if it's in stock or not, but they had the crowdfund version, which was also with the stand, which was like $200 something, which is way too much money. So yeah, it's not worth hunting down the stand, but for $70, $75, considering what it is, the Toyota licensing and the Jackson, and slightly bigger than usual, it's kind of worth it, barely. But yeah, a lot of people are going to balk at $70, $75 for something which is barely bigger than the Earthrise Prime. So, and on top of that, some people are just turned off by the fact it's just kind of another weird crossover Prime. A lot of people, some people like, it should have been Cosmos or whatever. I'm like, I kind of get it, but also they're not going to throw a no-name character that that the general public doesn't know about for their big crossover thing. So yeah, it's good. You may decide whether or not $75 good, but it's definitely not $200 good. So just don't buy that version. But yeah, if you already got that crowdfund versions through whatever methods, which is cheaper, great, good for you. But yeah, don't buy that one. But $75 one, I think barely justifies its cost, but it's kind of a bit of a hard pill to swallow. So yeah, and again, the retail version does not come with the stand. So there you go. It barely justifies itself, but yeah, a lot of people probably disagree and say it's not worth it's probably worth half that or whatever, which, fair enough. But if you want to wait and kind of take a gamble and see if you can get it for cheap, go for it. But I would doubt it. But anyway, that's it for this review. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my social media down in the description and at the end of the video. Check out my Coffee, my Patreon, and I shall see you next time with another video review.